Hey everyone, it's Barry here. Welcome to my Virgin Kitchen. I hope you are well. First things first, it is my new cookbook, release date right today. In fact, if you are watching this video today, I'm going live on Facebook at 7 o'clock tonight. Do a cook along from a recipe in here. So if you have pre-ordered it, thank you. And if you haven't and you want to, there's a link in the description below. Today, we are doing a chocolate salami. I've done this video recipe a good few years ago, but unfortunately my camera was pants back then. You couldn't really see it, so it justifies doing it again. Because when I went to Portugal recently, I showed you guys an actual chocolate salami and you're like, oh my gosh, you need to make it. So that's why I'm bringing it back to life. I even found Mrs. Barry got me one. These are some supermarkets in the UK are starting to sell it too. So it basically looks like salami. The icing sugar on the back there gives it like a bit of an effect there with nuts and chocolate. And it's just like a kind of truffly thing. So when I was in Portugal, they had two types. They had an alcoholic version with amaretto in it, which I don't really like that much. And also a non-alcoholic version, which we're gonna do, which we simply omit it. And I'm just gonna put some extract in it. If you're not on myvirginkitchen.com already, if you go to the website, the full method, write-up and ingredients, everything you need is right there. But let's get going. All right, first thing we need is a pan of simmering water. Now this is my camera lens. Now, if you don't really want to know this, I actually dropped this whole lens on my foot this morning and I made the sound of a small penguin or other small animal. Moral of the story, don't drop a lens on your foot. So this pan of water is gonna help us melt some chocolate. So we'll just get that on a medium flame, bring it up to a simmer, but make sure that the water does not touch the bottom of the bowl, which has got some dark chocolate in it. So all we're doing is melting it bain-marie style. You could also do it in the microwave if you wish. I don't know why I haven't done that method. It'd be much, much quicker. I think I'll get more control like this though. That's my excuse anyway. So just while that's melting to one side, we have got ourselves some room temperature butter here, which I've given a little blast in the microwave just to help it feel a bit more room temperature-y. And then this is some caster sugar. So 100 grams of that, 150 grams of butter. And all we're gonna do is just bond it together. We're gonna cream it, okay? So just make sure we beat out all the lumps like so, and we just leave this to one side. So far, so good, right? Pretty easy steps. Let's keep going. It's now time to do some bashing. This is a bag of amaretti biscuits, okay? So we're still gonna get that sort of amaretto vibe in there. They're kind of like round, domey ones. We're just gonna bash them, kind of just to break them up. They break up really easy. In fact, they kind of like disintegrate. I mean, look at that already. That's crazy. Don't go too stress relief on that one. Leave that to one side. You need to go all out on this one though. This is a very colourful bowl of pistachios, pecans and chopped hazelnuts, okay? We're gonna put those into another Ziploc bag. Sure to get any air out of it, boom, because you don't want it banging everywhere. And then just, you need to really smack these pecans. Amazing. It kind of looks like bird food now, but you've got a really cool contrast between the brown pecans, the green pistachios, and the already chopped hazelnuts. Loving it. The chocolate is all nice and melted now, so we'll take that off the hoop. Try not to burn my arm. Can you smell singed hair? On the last video, the fondue burger, loads of you were like, oh, it's really weird and stuff. I've been to much crazier restaurants that do worse burgers than that. Plus, it wasn't my idea. It was actually one of the top things I've ever made on the channel. I really hope you try it. There's a lot of burger hate out there. Like, whoa, holy burger. All right, so I've now put the other lens on, the one that dropped to my foot, so we've sort of kissed and made up. The chocolate is now nice and smooth. I'm absolutely loving that. I want to swim in it. The pan of simmering water, we'll leave that there for the minute, okay? So what we'll do is take some cocoa powder. This is 2 tablespoons of that. Boom, in it goes. Chocolate on chocolate. Give that little mix around. Oh yeah. Be sure to use a spatula so you can scrape down all the sides and get it all incorporated together. This will actually help thicken it up a little bit, which is quite important for the salami's texture. That's where you'd add in the amaretto too if you're using it, but instead we're just gonna add in like a teaspoon of vanilla extract. You'd get away without using that, to be honest, but just wanna add a little bit of vanilla vibe in there really. So we're now push in our butter sugar mixture from before. It might not look it, but that chocolate mixture really needs this right now. That is a lot thicker than it looks, and obviously it's still gonna be slightly warm, so the chocolate will wanna firm up even more. So we need this to sort of loosen up our salami. Mix it round. Oh yeah, look at the marbles. Marbly effect. So really scrape down the bottom to make sure you're getting every little bit. There's not like a little hidden layer of the butter and sugar right at the bottom. See that? Oh, loving the shine. Now we'll go back to the pan that had our simmering water in it. So the water's still in it. Back on a low flame so that it won't take long to come back up to heat. Another bowl. Again, you could do this step in the microwave, but it just seemed to make sense because we were going to simmer the water once. That's a little blob of butter. And this is 2 tablespoons of corn syrup, or golden syrup. Corn syrup is the alternative you could use. Get my syrups confused, man. And I've just realised you probably didn't see hardly any of that because it's steamed up. Amazing. That is much better. So we've got the knob of butter in there and the syrup with that heat just starting to build, which is going to thin out the syrup and melt the butter. You can start to see it going a little bit at the bottom there. We want it into one big buttery syrup mixture. So we could just use a spoon to help it a little bit, or just alternatively just push it around because it's fun. You can see the butter, all these little trails there. It's coming together. There we go. Those last little blobs of butter have dissolved in there, so we've got a nice smooth thin mixture there. Let's take it off the heat. All right, so let's pour the butter syrup mixture in there. Oh yeah. We'll stir around. Again, just scraping the sides, getting it all incorporated. I can feel that thickening up actually. But speaking of thickening up, it's time to chuck pretty much everything in this bowl. So in go those amaretti bashed crumbs. Still in quite good chunks though. I love that colour, wow. I've said this recently the other day and it surprised you. I don't colour correct my videos, all right? So this is probably not looking as good as it does to me, but to me on the camera right now, that looks good. Bashed nuts. Yes, I love this effect. That's so cool. And last but not least, these are some cherries. These are glaced cherries you can get in the baking aisle that I've just sort of chopped up into a quarter. Look at that. And obviously underneath that mountainous layer, we've got that lovely melted chocolate. So all we do is, I think we're going to do this carefully. We're just going to lift it up, otherwise we'll want to jump out the bowl. Get that coated in the chocolate mixture. Let it grip together, let it mingle and bind. But first of all, let's just get it, just an initial layer on there. Then we can start to randomize it. I'm just trying to get every bit covered in the chocolate. Oh, I am loving that. For the time being, I'm going to stick this in the fridge for 10 minutes just to start to firm it up a little bit, get that chocolate working and gripping it all, and then it'll be a little bit more maneuverable. So in the fridge it goes. Fridge. Pow pow. All right, so this is a sheet of cling film. You guys know how rubbish I am with cling film. It's taken me about 10 minutes just to get this sheet out. So let's get our mixture from the fridge. So this mixture has cooled down considerably, and it is a lot heavier, bizarrely. So just getting that, hopefully you can see, I'm kind of getting it into a longish shape. That's the technical term, longish. But what I'm going to try and do, I'll start on the sides first, is just push it together so we can start to form the basis of like a firm centre, and hopefully roll it up into a log. So what I'll do is take one side and then just start to, you know, sort of shape it like that, using the cling film to help me. Keep that side out as well. I'll do that side as well. Do you know what I mean? You can see that sort of curve on it there. Push down and push down, both sides together. So I've got both the cling film bits at the top here loose, okay? I'm trying to be clean here, but you know, you should embrace the messiness. That would be a lot easier. You can just do that, but I'm trying to show you that we can do it by keeping our hands relatively clean. So now we've got it completely covered in the cling film. We can start to get that log shape a bit more. Just getting another sheet of cling film, and the seam side down, I'm going to turn it over like that. And then this one can just sort of like be a security layer, if that makes sense. So we can really now like grip it, knowing that if we spin the ends, you don't have to do that until the end really, but you can do that just to, you know, stop it sort of escaping. So really bunch it together, get a nice consistent even shape, and just start to just roll it out. There we go. So that is our salami mixture all done. I've tied knots in the end, it's optional. It's still quite warm in this room, so it's not making it firm up completely. I'm gonna put it in the fridge for about 15 minutes and then roll it out again to try and maintain that shape a little bit. So for the moment, fridge it goes. All right, just taking the dogs out for a walk. That's been a good hour in the fridge. Just before I left, gave it another little roll to try and keep that shape there. So let's get it out. One thing I'm worried about is it is an insanely hot day today, so it could get very clammy and melty quite quick. We'll see how we go. But here it is. Boom. Look at the size of it. Amazing. So I'll take off the outer layer. I've got a bag of icing sugar here. Peel off one side. I'm going to stick it right there. Icing sugar on the top. This should hopefully dry it out a little bit on the surface. And just rub that in to give that effect of the salami. You see that? It's like chalking it up. Like we're about to do the Olympic rings or something. Make sure we get a good coating on there, on all sides. There we go. The salami is done. Let's slice into it and see what it's like. All right, here we go. Oh no, my battery's about to go. Sorry about that, but when the battery goes, the battery goes. So a nice sharp knife. Let's just slice right into this. Oh, are you ready? Da, 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 da. Chocolate salami. And that's why they call it. Look, it looks just like a salami with the bits of fat in it, which isn't actually fat. It's biscuits, which is actually fat. So yeah, this is a thing. Well, what we can do is, you know, in the supermarkets, they sort of sold it in portions like this and it's foil wrapped individually. So, you know, you probably wouldn't want any more than that. That is a big old portion. So this will serve a lot of people. I know this is going to be naughty, but I'm excited. Oh my gosh. Remember, you can put alcohol in it if you wish, but oh my gosh. Heaven. It's unbelievably good. It just melts in your mouth, but also holds its shape too. It's just really intriguing. And the only way you're going to find out is by making it for yourself. So if you do try it, don't forget to tag me in your attempts at My Virgin Kitchen on pretty much most social media. Don't forget to subscribe for regular recipes and food fun. Homer and I are going to probably scoff the rest of these. And if you're interested in Homer recipes, there's a Homer Simpson style donut recipe in the new book. So thank you so much if you have pre-ordered it, ordered it. Leave a review if you have, and I'll see you again next time. I'm not going to eat any more of it. All right?